recent update was published regarding Giancarlo Stanton, providing new information about the injuries preventing him from participating in games at the moment, as well as the team's plans for his designated hitter position while he is sidelined. It's already well known that Giancarlo Stanton missed his first opening day in his career, something unprecedented after 16 years in the league. Despite this setback, the team managed to win the game against the Milwaukee Brewers 4-2 in a thrilling match. However, we are already one game behind, with many more to go. Unfortunately, he will not be on the field for a longer period due to elbow tendonitis, known as epicondylitis, along with a calf injury, though the latter is not expected to significantly affect his performance. The main reason for his absence is the elbow issue, and various theories have emerged about the origins of these injuries. However, what really matters now is his recovery. Stanton has been quite open about his injury and does not hesitate to discuss it. Recently, an update revealed that he responded positively to the PRP injections and should be one of the first to return and contribute to the team. Although there is no exact timeline, the situation seems less serious than initially thought when the injury was considered severe. Additionally, it was noted that the team's management was not as alarmed as the fans regarding Stanton's statements. The organization recognizes that he tends to be honest about his injuries, avoiding overly optimistic assessments. While he is out for now, the expectation is that he will return in time to offer his usual performances toward the end of the season. Stanton is quite direct about his injuries and does not downplay the challenges he faces. This frankness comes from his passion for the sport. He truly wants to be playing on the field. It has been 8 years since the team acquired Giancarlo Stanton, and upon his arrival in the city, he was asked about being one of the most eligible bachelors. His response was that this was not his concern. His goal is solely to win games. He seemed unimpressed with the question, emphasizing that his priority is to succeed in baseball. As a single man, he dedicates his life to the sport, and it is painful for him to be sidelined, unable to help his team achieve its goals. An interesting detail about Giancarlo Stanton's love life is that his ex-girlfriend is currently with a famous athlete, a topic that may not be delved into, as they are adults and can handle their own situations. The team is not helping the group succeed. A curious aspect of Giancarlo Stanton's partner, or perhaps ex-partner, is that she is now romantically involved with Cody Bellinger. While this is interesting, it is a matter that will probably not be explored, since both are adults and capable of managing their personal lives. Right now, Giancarlo Stanton's priority is to return to playing as soon as possible, ensuring he is fully recovered. This is crucial for the team, which needs Stanton's best performance. Last season, he had a strong performance, batting .233 with 97 hits, 27 home runs, and 72 RBIs in 114 games. Of course, he was sidelined at times due to his injury history, and he is currently out of the game. However, when he is in good shape, he becomes nearly unstoppable. This was evident during the playoffs, where he had a .273 batting average with 15 hits, 7 home runs, 16 RBIs, and 9 runs in 14 games, being recognized as the ALCS MVP, with an OPS over 1, reaching 1.48, along with a slugging percentage in the hundreds, a feat achieved only by one player in the MLB season, Aaron Judge. Thus, we know that Giancarlo Stanton shines in the playoffs, especially against rivals, where he tends to show remarkable performance. This will be particularly important this season, as the team appears to be competitive and has a strong chance of making it to the playoffs. Additionally, when analyzing the team and Stanton, it is clear that they lose strength without the presence of an important player, and the expectation is that another standout athlete needs to step up in the playoffs, not just standing out, but exceeding expectations. The team reached the World Series while he was still struggling with his game. While he hit a home run at a critical moment, the game ended in a loss, as the opponent also hit a home run at the end. However, the team won the ALCS series but was then eliminated by another team. The performance of the key player in the playoffs has been inconsistent, with some brilliant performances, but in most games, he faced challenges. At the same time the team won the ALCS series, they did not succeed in the World Series. The performance of the central player during the playoffs was not satisfactory, and his historical statistics indicate difficulties. While he had some series in which he stood out, overall, he faced considerable challenges during the postseason phase of his career, and this situation needs to be reworked. Without his teammate, the collective becomes less threatening offensively this season. I may be wrong, as we've only watched one game so far, leaving room for improvements, but the team has addressed some gaps by adding new players. The collective performance will depend on the ability of these new acquisitions to adapt and contribute. Last season, the team had a very strong roster, and while it seems they are maintaining that base this year, they appear to have gained a bit more depth, making them slightly less dependent on a few standout players. However, I still believe the team's offense was stronger last year due to the presence of their stars, forming a remarkable trio. With one of them absent, the central athlete will need to elevate his game in the playoffs, as there is no alternative. Another player will also need to stand out, providing performance that truly supports the team. Additionally, there are reports indicating that other players may take on the designated hitter position. New signings are still a possibility, as the management is always looking for talent to strengthen the roster. Today, a player took on that role and managed a hit. I have an optimistic view of this athlete in the designated hitter role, especially considering his impressive performance during spring training, where he hit 5 home runs, totaling 7 for the previous season. This is a positive indicator, as his batting average jumped from .171 to .242, and although his on-base percentage showed variations, it is expected to increase. His OPS was considerable, and today he had 2 plate appearances, registering a hit and scoring a run, resulting in a solid performance after taking on the designated hitter position. It is encouraging to see him stand out, although there will be days when another athlete may need a rest, allowing him to take the field. The player 835 showed a remarkable performance, managing 2 hits against the Brewers in this game, scoring a run, and showcasing his ability after playing as a designated hitter. It is encouraging to see him excel, but this won't always be his role. There will be times when a teammate won't be available, and he may take on the central field position or act as a catcher. Additionally, on some occasions, another athlete may occupy the designated hitter spot, and he may have a rest day or play first base, depending on the circumstances regarding other players. This teammate also influences the team's decisions. Indeed, he faced some difficulties in this game, which deserves to be noted. While this isn't a post-game analysis, it's worth mentioning that he had an excellent spring training but faced challenges in a single game, which is quite normal. Today, he failed to get a hit, being eliminated in all 4 of his opportunities, but his spring training was impressive, with 3 home runs, 11 RBIs, and a batting average above .300, along with an OPS over 1.1. Therefore, his spring training was truly impressive. The team will need him to recover in order to contribute to this tournament, and I imagine he will also play as a designated hitter on some days, so the team can keep him rested in the field and avoid having him only as a designated hitter without playing in the field for long periods. I don't believe this will become a reality, as the team has the necessary experience to handle this situation, so I hope everything goes as best as possible. But tell me your opinion. Do you think a player will return soon? When do you believe he'll be back? I believe we will see him again at the beginning of May. That's my prediction. It seems like the ideal time. I tend to overestimate the duration of injuries and expect athletes to be out longer than they actually are, but let's see how this unfolds. But before we continue, please remember to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the latest news about the New York Yankees. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments. What if one of the most reliable hitters in Major League Baseball were traded for one of the most exciting pitching prospects of the decade? That's the rumor swirling around New York Yankees fans as whispers grow about a potential trade involving DJ LeMahieu and the Los Angeles Dodgers phenom, Roki Sasaki. It sounds like a deal too big to be true, but the idea of moving LeMahieu, a cornerstone of the Yankees infield, for Sasaki, who has already captured the world attention with his electric fastball and perfect game, could change the landscape of MLB for years to come. LeMahieu has been the definition of versatility for the Yankees. His ability to play multiple positions, second, third, and even first base, along with his consistent hitting and gold glove defense, has made him one of the most reliable players in the league. In fact, he even earned the nickname LeMahieu from his teammate Gary Sanchez, highlighting his methodical, almost robotic approach to the game. But while LeMahieu has been essential for the Yankees, could the allure of a future ace like Sasaki be enough to pull the trigger on such a move? Sasaki, on the other hand, is nothing short of a phenomenon. Known as the monster of the Reiwa era, Sasaki's meteoric rise in Japan has been accompanied by jaw-dropping stats. A fastball that can reach 101 miles per hour and a perfect game in just his second professional season have already cemented him as one of the most talked-about players in the world. His transition to MLB with the Dodgers promises to shake up the league, but would a move to the Yankees accelerate his development in the pressure cooker of New York's demanding baseball scene? But why would the Yankees even consider parting with a player like LeMahieu? It all comes down to the future of their rotation. The Yankees have a stacked lineup, but their pitching staff has often been the weak link in their championship aspirations. With the possibility of acquiring Sasaki, the Yankees would get a dynamic young arm who could become the ace of their rotation for years to come, securing the long-term stability of their pitching. It's a bold move, but could it be one worth making? As the rumor mill churns and fans debate the merits of such a trade, one thing is clear. If this deal were to go through, it would reshape the future of both teams. LeMahieu's departure would mark the end of an era in New York, but Sasaki's arrival could signal the dawn of a new, even more exciting chapter. As the MLB offseason unfolds, all eyes will be on the Yankees, waiting to see if this trade will become a reality. The stakes have never been higher. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the New York Yankees, please subscribe to our channel and give us a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.